Hey everybody! I thought I would take a break from my preferred activity of watching videos of Simone Biles and eating ice cream to come to you today on Madeline's Day. Madeline and I took a undiscussed and I don't really know if it was intentional hiatus. We were both traveling. I'm now not traveling, but she is still traveling. I went to New York briefly and saw Hamilton, and people keep asking me how Hamilton was, and I feel like I don't know what to tell them. I'm like, dude, it won 20 Tonys. It was amazing, obviously. I mean, I could talk to you about it for 2 hours, but I feel like that's not what you're asking. And I also saw Fun Home, which was also great, and then I went home briefly, and I'm from a city that's like now one of those up and coming places. It's like the place to be now. And when I was home, I feel like I didn't have a conversation with anyone where like the popularity of my hometown didn't come up. And we would talk about it in all different sort of contexts. We would talk about it like from a structural point of view, how like the city isn't built for so many people and it's making it more difficult to live there. But we would also talk about it from like a cultural perspective and from a personal perspective. Like culturally, the city is changing a lot. It's not the same city at all that I grew up in. I moved away 4 years ago, and it's very different. I'm out of the state now. I'm studying in California. And every time I tell someone where I'm from, they're like, oh, I hear that's a really cool place to be. Or like, oh, I went there on vacation 2 years ago. Or, oh, last summer my hairdresser's nephew moved there. Or whatever. Which is great. But I feel like I don't know how to respond to that. And it's very strange because I feel like it was a very unassuming place for a long time. And now it's assumed. There's lots of assumptions. I don't really know what unassuming the opposite of that is, but that's what it is. And it just really makes you think about like the idea of place and ownership of a place, I guess, and like cultural context and like how a place alters a group of people, brings people together, and how that can change over time. The idea of a certain group of people having claim to a place is kind of paradoxical, I feel like, in the US at least, because it feels like the country was built on the idea that you can stake claim to anywhere as long as you have the resources to get there and thrive there. But also it was built on the idea of like taking land, you know? Like it was both built on the idea of land ownership, like that's a fundamental principle of the US, but also on the idea that anyone can own land anywhere as long as like they can afford it. So this kind of like contrary, because it's like what is a place and like how much value do you put on like context and community versus just like monetary value of a place, because like it's very, I don't know. But even though it's kind of a different place, it was still really nice to be there and really nice to be home and see people and do things. Madeline, I hope your travels are going so well. I hope that everyone is getting to watch all the videos of Simone Biles that they can. I really highly recommend it. She's amazing. As a bonus, at the end of this video is a video of my sister when we were playing Apples to Apples and she thought something was too funny. I'll see you guys later. Bye! What do you think?
Oh, I don't even know. I'm trying to calm down.
You have a card in your lap.
Robin Williams.